30. But then Purdue and Texas, Purdue straight off that 3-set matchup, sweeping Florida. A huge shock. The 16 seed beating the #1 seed. They will take on the Longhorns on the Texas home court. And then another Pac-10 showdown. Cal, #7 seed, co-Pac-10 champion team of the year, but they beat Washington easily this year. Can Washington rally on their home court?
The winner of this one will face the winner of that one. They all want to get to the championship rounds and try to get the trophy.
You know, the question has been, can Penn State be stopped? They have got 2 freshman outside hitters. They've got a new setter this year. But Russ Rose just finds a way year in and year out to put things together.
But Pac-10 has some options, and we're watching a couple of them here. You've got Washington and Cal. They haven't done it since 2005. Nebraska got in there in 06, and then 3 years in a row, Penn State, as you mentioned. And it's a team that they've lost a couple of All-Americans, but apparently they're doing just fine. And Russ Rose, just an impressive coach, and what he's done with that program. It'll be interesting to see him. Blair Brown, spectacular player, the Big Ten Player of the Year.
Lichtman, the setter, now the attacker, ties things up.
Back to serve, number 8, Cassidy Lichtman.
Carissa Cook goes out. She was in for that 6-2, but now the rotation has Lichtman setting. Tied at 20. If Stanford wins this set, they go to the national championship. USC wins, we play another. And they seem like they want to.
They have definitely improved, Holly. A team that lost twice to Stanford in the regular season, made some changes. You know, Mick Haley said, we're going to gamble a little bit. We're going to make some changes. Not easy to do the day after you've just played a match and you're going against a team like Stanford to adjust, especially with young players, but they've adjusted in this one.
They made the change. Normally a rotational defensive team, as we see a miss hit there by Uranago, but normally a rotational defensive team. He wanted to change and become more of a read or zone team, not have as much movement and let players really focus on one area of the floor. And they've adapted pretty good having Stanford on the ropes here.
Yeah, the block has been there when they've needed it. They've had a lot of touched balls, especially with Alex Kleinman. She's been a big focus for them. And I think, you know, Alex Jupiter's been on when they've needed her. She's been able to go cross court. She's gone down the line. They've definitely mixed their offense up with multiple players and multiple shots.
So USC goes up by 1. This set has been tied 15 times. Who wants it the most? Kleinman does with that big swing. 24 kills for the senior. Do you think she wants to go to Kansas City?
Well, she's got an agenda. A player that's been to the championship 2 times, not able to get the title.
Back set. Jupiter uses her block. Kleinman on the miss hit.
Bit of a surprise decision right there for Alex Kleinman, because Lichtman decided to go with a back set to her, a bump back set. And there you see Lichtman's set, and really just out of position was Alex Kleinman.
Moana. It's hard to believe, but she's been a little quiet lately. Walker, though, not so much for Stanford. And we are getting down to the wire. Tied at 23. One team must win by 25 or by 2. So Stanford, if they win a trip to the national championship semifinals in Kansas City on Thursday. Katie Fuller, not so fast, the sophomore. Or, excuse me, that was Lauren Williams out of Houston.
Lauren Williams has been big here in set number 4. Multiple plays to her in the middle, and it's been very effective.
Haglund with the nice jump serve. But Lichtman right down the middle as Stanford knocking on the door. 2 points away, 3 points away possibly.
Got to win by 2, and how about Cassidy Lichtman comes flying in from the back row. This is that 6-2 offense we talked about, 2 different setters. Right now, Lichtman is a hitter for them as Cook moves into the setter role.
Moana Moana wants to keep playing. And now USC a point away from forcing a 5th set.
Gotta win by 2. It's the best of 5. We're in set number 4. Stanford's up 2-1. This is a crucial set for USC.
Sophomore Katie Fuller on the serve is successful. Lichtman outside. And USC forces a 5th and deciding set after Lichtman hits long. The Trojans looked down early, but they come storming back to tie it at 2 sets apiece. The winner of this match gets a chance to go to the national championship semifinals. Lichtman too much, and USC lives to fight another set.
Phone bill, always a hot button issue in this house.
But recently, I found a cool new technology that totally replaces our phone company and could save us hundreds of dollars a year. This is Ooma, the new internet phone service that lets you make local and long-distance calls anywhere in the U.S. for free.
Free.
Free. There's no hidden charges. We just pay for standard taxes and fees. And with Ooma, we get voicemail, call waiting, caller ID for free, and we get 911 service.
Now, you and your family can start saving hundreds of dollars per year with Ooma. It's simple. Just purchase the Ooma Tello device, connect it to your high-speed internet, then to your existing home phone. Now, U.S. local and long-distance calls are free, and international calls are just pennies per minute. And experience sound quality at its best with Ooma's Pure Voice technology, which no other phone company offers.
You did good, honey.
The Ooma Tello is available at these fine retailers or visit Ooma.com. That's OOMA.com.
If you have diabetes and you're on Medicare, call now to get the new talking meter. These new meters are more accurate, they're easier to use, and the best news is you don't have to prick your fingers anymore. Arriva makes it simple. They bill Medicare directly. There are no upfront costs. And they deliver your supplies right to your door for free.
For more information, call 1-800-264-9196.
This December,
It's payback time.
building a team requires the perfect pieces. The coach.
Give my team an hour. We're unbeatable.
The players.
Man up! We gotta finish the escape.
And the right attitude.
I don't wake the crowd up. I'm BA. You're gonna be unconscious.
Add it all up, and you have an A-team. The NBA on ESPN Wednesday and Friday nights. And the A-team. Available on Blu-ray and DVD Tuesday.
Any questions?
The deciding 5th set coming up. Remember, we played a 15 points or win by 2 here in the final frame. The winner goes on to the national championship semifinals Thursday in Kansas City. USC has had an outstanding match from their freshman, and Alex Kleinman, the senior for Stanford, has been all over the place. Sonoy Moana, 23 kills.
Just spectacular numbers from both players. We weren't really certain for USC. You got a young team, you're not sure who's going to step up. With Stanford, you knew you had to get the ball to Alex Kleinman. She has to get the swings. She's getting them, but a little bit more consistency with the hitting from the freshman there, Sonoy Moana.
And USC a little more experienced in 5-set matches this season, 7-1, but that can be a little bit of a deceiving stat.
It definitely can. You know, Stanford, you see 0-1. Their only loss in a 5-set match was at UCLA. They don't go to 5-set matches very often. They've been very dominant. Very rarely do they not sweep teams. So it's kind of interesting. We'll see how they handle this. They do have those key seniors, though, to settle their team and get them through this. Remember, set 5 only goes to 15. You got to win by 2.
USC plagued by some mistakes in set number 2. Who can play mistake-free volleyball here? Hit their serves. Get those hits in. That is going to be the key to getting a chance to play for a national championship.
It's really what this match has been about. Just little errors here or there, whether it's been an ace, whether it's been the hitting. The blocking from USC, I think, has been the difference for them, though. They have been there. They've had the touches, and it has paid off.
Kleinman. And Sonoy Moana says, hey, my bad on that defense, passing it right back into the net. There was some talk before this match that Kleinman is not as good on back-to-back nights. She had shoulder surgery a year ago. but she's been terrific. I don't think we can make that argument anymore. She has been red hot tonight.
She has. They have gotten everything from her that they have needed.
The middle. Quick stuff didn't work. And so Jupiter goes back row and gets the point.
It's a tough read right there for the block of Stanford because Jupiter's way off. She kind of stays off the net. She doesn't go right up to it. That set was off for her, and the block not coming together.
Alex Jupiter leads this team in kills per set. And Walker right down the middle. Because of the night that Fanoe Moana has had, you've almost forgotten about Jupiter, and she has really risen up and gotten some critical points for them. Yeah,
it says a lot about the USC team and how they've embraced the young players. They accept their roles. It is definitely a team effort.
Awkward back set, but Kleiman makes the most of it. And a solo block again. Lippman, her second solo block of the match, and the setter being hurt at the net.
Such a clutch player, and it all comes down to decision making. She's such a smart player, knows that she has to have the angle, have that hand turn just right.
And there's one of those mistakes we talk about. It's not just a mistake, it's a point. And that gives USC the serve, and they pull within one. The freshman Haglund has been so terrific serving. And an illegal hit there called against the setter, Cook, as she was struggling to make up her mind what to do at the net there.
Tough call. John Gunning up kind of questioning it as well. Because I thought it was almost a joust situation where there was actually contact coming in from USC on the other side, but goes against Stanford.
You remember the illegal set call gave that the third set to Stanford. A huge block gets Kleiman fired up. Walker there as well.
Big block, and they needed it. It was pretty save in the back from Haglund for USC, but the block read that perfectly.
Moana hits long and no touch at the net. Stanford goes up by 2. There's a look at Mary Ellen Luck, number 20 of Stanford, as we see USC take a timeout. Mary Ellen and her brother, Andrew Luck, the Stanford quarterback, is back at the Heisman ceremony. Her parents probably having to make up who they're going to support today. She's playing in a regional semifinal with a chance to go to the national championship. Her brother, Andrew, one of the finalists for the Heisman Trophy ceremony. And Mary Ellen, she's a freshman, so I bet, you know, she said she has talked to Andrew today. They were able to talk. And she's got a lot of volleyball left in her career, so maybe mom and dad went back to New York.
You know, what a story for their family. How exciting is it? I mean, their daughter's playing Division I volleyball for Stanford. Their son, the quarterback's up for the Heisman Trophy, one of the finalists. And, wow, there's a lot of good going on for there's a lot of good luck.
Nice, nice. Well, who will have the good luck here to finish out this match? Stanford leads USC 5-3, and a new assist total for Kendall Bateman. She has been unbelievable tonight. 56 assists for USC. Here's a look at Mary Ellen. Out of Houston, Texas, one of those defensive specialists. Siren warm-up. She's got some skills, and she better have if she's going to keep up with her brother Andrew.
That's right.
If he comes out projected to be a pretty high draft choice, has all the skills to be successful at the next level. But little sister trying to get to the next level herself right here, but a service error from the senior. 2 critical mistakes from Carissa Cook with a service error, and then Kleiman here in this deciding 5th set.
Again, Mick Haley takes a timeout, and he gets something out of it when they come back out.
Penn State is coming up next. They will take on Duke. Karch Karai and Beth Mowens on the call. But we've got business to finish here, and then we'll get you out to University Park. 5-5 in the 5th set. Who wants it more? The freshman Williams wipes it off the block. Point Stanford.
Rachel Williams, two-time state champ out of Archbishop Mitty High School in California. She was the Volleyball Magazine National Player of the Year.
Back row, Jupiter fires it. Ailes again, so steady. And just gets the line. Kleinman, 26 blocks for the senior.
So close. We haven't seen much of this, but now you're going to see a perfect back row attack. The double block in the middle, not sealing it off. And Alex Kleinman gets the perfect approach, perfect set. And that top spin to finish.
You're allowed to hit out of that back row as long as you don't cross that line that goes across the court, 10-foot line. But USC quickly gets the serve and the point. Here's Lickman off the block again. What a match for this senior. She's done it setting, blocking, and now with the swing. Now they change sides. This is typical with this score. Stanford leads 8-6. And we are down to the final moments. You can feel the tension in the building. Who gets a trip to the national championship?
Some smiles on the Stanford seniors' faces. Lickman, though, she's in there talking to her team.
Stanford holding hands in that huddle, trying to find some light moments to lessen this pressure. But up by 2, this is a feisty young USC team trying to upset the 2-seed or the 3-seed Stanford Cardinal. Jupiter fires it down. Just when you fall asleep on Jupiter, Alex is there. 22 kills for the junior.
Well, the reason she's able to be so effective is her quickness. She's got a quick arm, but she has quick feet. She's able to get herself to the spot where she wants to be before the defense gets itself set. That quick arm.
She's averaged over 4 kills a set in the regular season, but postseason up to that total to 5.2. And Kanoimoana right into the block. Stanford wins the point.
And a big break for Stanford. The free ball they had to send over. USC didn't take advantage.
There's what we're talking about. Alex Jupiter, it's been easy to forget about her because of the performance of her freshman teammate, but 22 kills creeping up. Here she is again. Outside to Kleinman. Overpass. And Stanford 5 points away from a trip to the national championship. These seniors have never won a title. They have appeared in 2 of the Final 4 teams, but they haven't been able to get past Penn State. Penn State follows our match. They're trying to get past Duke. They have the longest home court winning streak in the nation. Can they keep it going against a feisty ACC squad led by Jolene Nagel? Kelly Kadenak, she has been so terrific for them. ACC Player of the Year, but will she be enough to get past Penn State?
Duke never making a trip to the national semis. They'd love to do it. Will not be easy on Penn State's home floor, but you just never know. We've seen a few upsets here in the tournament so far. I mentioned Coach Nagel, and she's the only female head coach that's left to potentially make it in. No female has ever won the national championship.
Only Mary Wise and BYU's Elaine Michaelis. Coach Michaelis, just one of the great legends of all time in the Hall of Fame, led BYU to so many terrific seasons, but Jolene Nagel, the sole flag bearer now for the ladies. But we do know this, a Pac-10 team will get there because we have 2 fighting for a spot here and then 2 fighting for a spot tonight when Cal and Washington tee off. John Dunning with his Stanford Cardinal team. Nick Haley trying to get USC past the Cardinal for the first time this season. And there is Williams.
And again, Nick Haley calls this timeout. His team settles down, they come down, and they get a point out of it. Just amazing timing by him. Williams again. And she is a junior, all Pac-10 for
for the first time in her career this season. She has really come on strong. 10 kills yesterday against Indiana, hitting .444. And, you know, that middle blocker, she has been so good for them in the middle.
Well, you're right, Holly, and you don't think about Lauren Williams for USC because there are so many others that stand out. But 13 kills for her, and just silently moves herself into the middle, puts it down. She, to me, was the one that kind of got things going earlier in this match. Then, you know, the combination of players put it together. The freshman Fanoima Anna, and just that mixture, that movement of the offense has paid off for USC.
Well, Stanford, the most storied program in women's volleyball history, the most titles of everybody, 6. But Penn State with 4, they're trying for their 4th straight this season. They have been hot of late. Hawaii, a surprising upset. Dave Shoji's team going down in the early rounds this year. Long Beach State, back in the day of the great Misty May.
Yeah.
We are here at the University of Dayton, Ohio. And both teams have come a long way. Stanford from the Bay Area, USC from Los Angeles, but they want to go a little farther. Who will go to Kansas City? Stanford with a 1-point lead, but USC with the serve. It's Bateman. In the middle, it's Wopat, the freshman. 9 kills for Carly.
Coming in, that's what Stanford wanted to do. They wanted to attack the middle. John Denning said that will be key. USC, I think, earlier in this match did a little better job, but as of late, they have found Wopat in the middle.
Jupiter makes him pay. USC back within 1. Both teams are having finals. USC, 6 people had to take finals here at the University of Dayton this week. Stanford did many of theirs as well. So a lot of pressure, but none more than this 5th set with a trip to the national championship on the line. Outside to the freshman. Yes! Fanoima Anna ties it up.
They're like a big breath of air for the team that you just get it tied up and it's start all over again.
Tied at 2 sets apiece. The winner of this 5th and deciding set goes to Kansas City for a chance to play for it all. In the middle, again, Williams is there.
Lauren Williams has been clutch. The junior middle blocker. That long wingspan. That short, quick arm in the middle. Nobody there to block it. She finds the opening. It's right open.
Season high was 17 kills, but already tonight, 13 kills. What makes her so unique, at 6'4", she's so long, got the long leverage, but the foot quickness, she's up quickly in that middle.
Definitely an attentive player. She has, just as you said, the quickness. You don't expect that from a player of her length, but much quicker foot speed than you would anticipate. And there you see Mick Haley teaching his team. He's such a teaching coach. Love that about him. He and John Denning both.
USC trying to get back to that national championship run. They're looking for title number 5. Stanford has 7, but they haven't won it since 2004. Who will it be with the opportunity in Kansas City? They will play the winner of the Cal-Washington match. That comes up later tonight. We've got 3 regional finals left for you this evening alone. This is exciting for women's volleyball. Outside, Kleinman. Haglund, the freshman, great defense. And Fanoima Anna, she tries to say it was off the block, but doesn't get the call.
Inner serving, number 15, Carissa Cook.
All tied up. 3 points away. Williams quick in the middle, but they read her this time. And here's Lickman. Kleinman on the overpass. Gives Stanford the 1-point lead.
A pretty save from Natalie Haglund, libero for USC, but it sends it right back over to Alex Kleinman, just waiting on it.
Carissa Cook On the serve. Moana. Will they do it the overpass? Quick middle. There's Kleinman, and she's roofed. USC ties it up. Career high in attacks for Kleinman, 78. And with that, she's got 26 kills, hitting 282.
You gotta go to your go-to. Critical point here in this one.
And Walker wipes it off the block. And Stanford a point away from a trip to the national championship.
Point Cardinal, back to serve, number 10, Alex Kleinman.
And how fitting, the senior
yeah.
Kleinman with a chance to put it away right here. It's Stanford on their feet. Keeps the Trojans alive. Tied up at 14.
And some emotion from the sideline. You know, we've seen Moana make some decisions that she probably should have made, hitting some long, hitting some wide. That one, though, she doesn't let up. She just keeps bringing the power.
80 Fuller with the serve. Outside, but Williams, the freshman, is long. And USC a point away from their trip to the national championship.
This young team, you can see the excitement. John Dunning was up trying to say, hey, I think there was a touch on that one. They don't give it to him.
Lickman is roofed. USC advances.
USC wins 16-14 fifth set.
The Trojans upset Stanford. The first time this season they've been able to beat them.
And almost a little bit of a look of surprise on Nick Haley's face. They knew it would not be easy. They knew they had to make some adjustments. They hadn't been able to figure out 2 times in the regular season, but they did it tonight. He has to be so proud of this young team.
It was the will of the freshman, Fallon Fenoy Moana, 25 kills, added with 23 from junior Alex Jupiter. And a shocking upset here. USC beats Stanford for the first time this season and wins a trip to the national semifinals. Krista Blanc and our entire crew, I'm Holly Rose saying thanks for joining us in Dayton.
This the number Center U. The number 4 seed, Penn State, is now the highest remaining seed as these teams play their way for an opportunity to play for the NCAA Volleyball Championship in Kansas City. 3-time defending national champion Penn State will be taking on Duke at the bottom of the hour. But right now, I have chills. Welcome to SportsCenter U. Kara Capuano, along with former Butler middle blocker Elizabeth Moreau. Oh, my heavens. Last night, numbers